looks heroic, but he's kind of got a negative attitude.
Chew on this, you ugly.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Time for the Real Everyday Movie Fan. I'm Ryan Murphy.
I'm Josh Williams.
And today we're giving you a real-time review of The Meg. So,
The Meg.
The Meg was directed by John Turteltaub and stars Jason Statham, Ruby Rose, Bing Lee, I believe is the lead actress, and some other folk. So, Rainn Wilson, of course, yes. I almost forgot. So go ahead, Josh, why don't you start? Go ahead and give us your score out of 10 and tell us what you thought.
I don't know. Like, we saw this movie yesterday, and while there was certain points where I felt like they were being very self-aware and they were making fun of like a lot of cliches, there were certain moments where I was like, I don't know if they're really, I think they're trying to take themselves seriously, which they shouldn't. So I don't know. The movie still wasn't that great, but I will say it's like a Netflix kind of movie where you like catch it on Netflix. So I'll give it 5.5 out of 10.
Oh, not even gonna recommend it, huh?
Not really. Sorry, I mean, I won't recommend you pay money for it. I'll recommend you maybe check it out on Netflix when it's free. But I wouldn't waste your money. Spend it on something more, a little bit better. Maybe even Christopher Robin, if you have seen it. I haven't seen it yet. Or I don't know, Mission Impossible, something a little bit better than what this is. But be that as it may, there were a couple fun moments there with the shark, with the Meg or whatever you want to call it. But I will say the first beginning of it was just like every other stereotypical movie like Jaws, where you don't see the shark for a little bit and they build suspense, and I don't know, it kind of, we've already seen it, but other than that, I mean, when the shark actually is on screen, they do some like some fun moments with it. I don't know, I mean, Jason Statham was Jason Statham. He's just kick-ass person, and spoiler alert, sadly he doesn't punch the shark in the face, and I was pretty pissed off.
Yeah,
but
I was expecting him to punch the shark. But
there are some other stuff that transpires that we're not going to get into it because of spoiler, which I found a little bit ridiculous. But we can't get into that. Okay. But what about you?
Hold on a second.
Sure. He's gonna like throw some trash.
There you go. You feel better?
Yeah, no,
I just
really.
pulled the stick out of your butt.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's Jason Statham versus a giant shark. There's nothing here that you didn't pay to see. It's plenty of fun. It was more fun than I was expecting it. I thought it was great fun the whole movie through, running around chasing the shark. Jason Statham is Jason Statham, and I was like, well, how much badass can he be? He's in the water all the time, but he's still pretty badass. And and of all things, I actually enjoyed the characters in this film. I thought I was kind of like these guys who, aside from Statham, are friends. They've been working on this place for a while, so they just have, you can feel the community of them, and they all kind of decide to band together to take on this shark, and they take a shine to Statham, and when people die, it's felt. It's not just swept under the bus. Like people feel it when their friends die, and it's felt throughout the whole movie. And there's a considerable body count among them. But yeah, so I mean, the only thing is that, I mean, the only real flaw. Well, there's a few flaws. There's some dumb stuff. There's just some dumb lines. I'll go ahead and give my negatives, I guess. I mean, there's just some dumb lines in the beginning. You're like, oh, they're trying to do the comedic moment, but it's just falling flat. They should have gotten a better joke writer. There's really not a lot of very good comedy in the movie.
Not really.
Not something like Infinity War, which would just keep you laughing throughout the movie. Rainn Wilson is almost wasted, I would say.
Yeah.
Pretty
much.
Yeah, but I mean, and it goes on probably too long. I mean, you could have probably made this movie for 2/3 of the budget. Yeah, and because you wouldn't have had to make it as long, because it kind of there's a lot of action set pieces, but it is entertaining the whole way through, and it's thrilling, and they have to chase the shark here now. They have to do this with the shark, and it is
entertaining.
The effects are good. I can see the movie getting an Oscar nomination for effects, and I mean, maybe, who knows? But
I'm sorry, the shark was pretty bad.
The shark looks fine, but yeah.
But for me, the reason I have it so low is because the parts where it was fun. But when they would slow down to try and have these dramatic moments, I'm sorry, I didn't give two craps about.
What were the dramatic moments?
Between the daughter and the father. There were a lot of moments.
The daughter, well, there is no father, but I think you mean between the Chinese woman's daughter and Jason Statham. And those the
other guy.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, there is some.
There were so many of those moments where I'm like, okay, this slowed down, like, at a snail's pace, and I don't give two craps. It does not
slow down to a snail's pace. They have a 5-second dramatic scene. Oh my gosh, I can't
50 of them.
50, it's not 50. Oh my, whatever.
But anyway, that was an exaggeration. But I don't know, this movie, like I said, it was fun for what it was. It was okay. I just can't give it a positive score. For me, like I said, check it out on Netflix. It's one of those movies that you could probably, it could be like a guilty pleasure where you'll check out and be like, oh, sure, let's watch sharks eat each other.
Or just go see it at the theaters and then enjoy it without guilt because it's a perfectly fun movie.
I think for me, I would say something that's
I recommended this movie to my mother. My mother's favorite movie of all time is Jaws. And she's also a Longmire fan. My dad and her watched the entire series of Longmire, starring Robert Taylor, who's also in this film as the Doctor. He was the star of a TV show that was on Netflix. But so I was like, yeah, Mom and Dad, go see it. You know, you'll enjoy yourselves. And
I can say for his parents, check out The Shallows. That's a much better shark movie. Not as much as Jaws.
They don't really like scary movies. They don't really want to be scared. Aside from her favorite movie being Jaws, which hasn't scared her since 1975. You know, like, so this is not scary. This is just fun. And you know,
I will say what I was hoping for that didn't happen.
It's not gory either because the shark's so
not really
big. He just swallows people whole.
I will say what I was hoping it wouldn't do, what it didn't do was go the line, like cross the line with Sharknado, where it's just completely. It doesn't do that, and I'm okay. I'm glad it didn't do that. I was hoping it wouldn't, and it didn't. Thank God. But for me, don't spend your money. Wait for it to come out on Netflix. For him, check it out.
Don't spend your money on Star Wars sequels, but spend your money on this. Like, yeah.
There's that stick at your butt for Star Wars.
Oh, you took away my artistic ability to appreciate art. This movie doesn't devalue any art that came before it. That's the good thing about this movie. So,
well, all right, folks, that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. What did you think of The Meg? Leave your comments in the section below. Let us know whether you liked it or not, your positives, negatives, and your score out of 10, and see which side you're on. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Also, if you like what you watched, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you can receive more of our various content in the future. Also, like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Stardust. The links are in the description below. And that's all we have for today. I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm Ryan Murphy.
And thank you for keeping it real.
With ReelTime.